Okay, all right, we're all set. Yay! I am so excited, you guys. Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, my name's Ashley Walmer, and I'm a triple diamond. I've been in It Works now for 3 years, and I live here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And about a year ago, I caught a recording of Amy Spence and Cami, and I was like, oh my gosh, who is this girl? Like, she's so much fun. She has so much energy. And then I went to the Kansas City boot camp, and you were on the panel with Aspen. And I was like, oh my gosh, we have to be friends because you're so much fun and just so high energy. And then when I saw you again at conference, like it just confirmed. My team is pushing for ambassador this year, and I've been asking them a lot, like, who are some ambassadors that you guys want to learn from? And you were one of the people after conference that everybody just said, Amy Spence, Amy Spence, Amy Spence. So it means so much to me that you were able to take some time away from your family, especially since you haven't been feeling well, and your team to be on here with us tonight.
Yes, I'm excited, you guys. First of all, I want to say thank you for having me on. And secondly, even though I don't know your fearless leader, Ashley, that well, I know I'm very, very close with Aspen and Cami both, and they both talk tremendous amount of praise. They just give you praise after praise. And it's funny because Aspen was just at my house, I guess in the beginning of January, well, yeah, right before conference, and for a 1-2-1 mission, and she spent the night, and she's like, you and Ashley need to be friends. And so, but anyways, I hear nothing but great things. So know, guys, that you have a wonderful leader that is highly, highly, very praised, and, corporate thinks the world of her. So you guys need to feel good in the fact that you have someone awesome leading you with integrity, and someone that corporate speaks nothing but great things about.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so let's hear your story. Can you tell us a little bit about like why you got started in It Works, what drew you to it, and just a little bit about you?
Oh my gosh, you guys, sorry. I have an alarm set every hour to message people.
Oh, I love it.
And follow up. So that was that one. You might hear it again. Okay, so my name is Amy Spence. Like she said, I am an ambassador diamond with It Works. And I've been with the company for 4 years now. It was 4 years on February 2nd. So I got to celebrate my 4-year anniversary at conference, which was really cool. And I joined for one reason only, you guys. It was for our daughter, Caroline, and also the fact that we were in debt. And let me kind of go back a little bit. So I knew about It Works. I met a girl named Allie Antonacci. She's also an ambassador diamond. She's my enroller. And I met her in August of 2015. One of my best friends, my very best friend actually, just moved to St. Louis, met Allie, invited Allie to come out with us when all of us college girls were flying into St. Louis, getting together. And I was just like, why did you invite her? But Alyssa wanted friends. And so we were all like, okay, she can only come to dinner because our time together, our college group of best friends, it's very rare. And we don't like outsiders. We're not mean. We just don't get to see each other a lot. And Allie had just joined It Works. And so y'all know those It Works people, when they first join, I mean, really, it doesn't matter how long we've been in the company, but they're on this It Works high. And it was just like so annoying. And she just attracted to me, she just really, I guess she knew that I was kind of outgoing. I'm very social. I don't meet a stranger. And Allie's not like that at all, but she saw my personality, and I guess she just like, okay, she's got to be on my team. You know how we know those people might either be really, really good or, we just want them on our team. And so that's what she did with me. And you guys, she annoyed the crap out of me to the point where I was just like, leave. So she finally left. But what she did that night, I tell everyone, she changed my life. She added me as a friend on Facebook. And of course, when you have somebody right there, and I always tell this part about my story because I feel like it's really important to know. But when you're somewhere and you get that vibe that you need to add them on Facebook, or that they are going to change your business, or that they need this business, you just gotta go out there and put yourself out there. Obviously, I'm a nice person. When she asked me, hey, are you on social media? I'm not going to lie to her and say no. So she added me as a friend on Facebook that night, and the rest is kind of history. That was in August, and so I didn't join until February. So I watched her from August to February. You guys, I was busy. I was a school counselor. I was a head volleyball coach. I was an assistant basketball coach. I was married to a teacher and a football coach. We had a 2-year-old little girl who's turning 6 on Wednesday. Cannot believe she was 2 when I joined. And Caroline was born with a very rare genetic disorder called PKU. And PKU, I'm not going to go into huge detail, even though I should, because February 28th is Rare Genetic Disorder Day. But PKU is the heel prick test that if any of y'all have babies, your baby's got the heel prick test. But it's very expensive. Caroline has to be on metabolic formula and metabolic food like her whole entire life. And we live in the state of Missouri, and Missouri doesn't give any assistance. Well, they do if you make a certain income, but as educators, we make too much income. And I want to tell you guys, I'll tell you guys straight up, we were not even bringing home $80,000 combined. I had my master's degree. My husband, Steve, he has 3 degrees. He has his master's and a specialist in administration. And so we were not making a ton of money, and the state still didn't give us any assistance. And so we found ourselves in debt. We were paying off student loan debt for my master's degree. I had a little bit, and then we were racking up the debt with Caroline. Caroline's medical stuff cost us anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 a month, you guys. Crazy. That's like an extra house mortgage. It's really expensive the first couple of months because we haven't met our deductible. Once we meet our deductible, insurance will give us a certain amount of money. It's like $3,000, but that covers like 1 month. So basically 1 month out of the year, we're not really spending any money, maybe a month and a half. It kind of goes out. So we spend a lot of money on our daughter, but of course any parent would. And I remember when Allie approached me, I've never heard of It Works. I didn't, and then she told me about the wrap, and I'm not going to lie, I laughed about the wrap because like so many people, I thought it was a weight loss product, right? So that's why I always make sure I tell people when I'm, at expos and when I'm talking to potentials that I make sure to tell them it's a cosmetic product. I don't ever say, I don't ever call it really our body applicator wrap. I tell them, we have this amazing one-of-a-kind product. It's a cosmetic wrap, a cosmetic botanical wrap that tightens, tones, and firms. I feel like the word cosmetic really does describe our wrap, and it helps people not be so cynical like me. I'm all about fitness. I was a head volleyball coach. I knew that you couldn't put a wrap on and just magically lose weight, right? So when someone told me about that, I would just turn the other way. And I was rude about it. I was rude to Allie, and I forgive her, but she's now one of my best friends. She changed our lives. Anyways, so I watched her though, as I was going around my busy life, and she followed up with me, you guys, and I'm not talking about, this is why I'm so big on my follow-ups, and this is why I don't care if I bug people, because here's the deal. The people that don't want to listen to you or don't want to have anything to do with what you say, they're either A, going to tell you, they're B, going to block you or unfriend you, or they're C, really that's it. They're either going to tell you, I don't want anything to do with this, Amy, or they're going to block you and unfriend you. If you have someone who still is looking at your messages, they're still interested. And even though it may be, years, I have a girl that's about to sign up with me, so she says, but I've been talking to her since 2015, and she never responded to me, but I didn't take her off my list. And I don't really ask people, I know some people send out a message and say, hey, do you want me to take you off your list? Or, this is my last time I'm going to follow up with you. I don't necessarily believe in that, because this is why. When I met Allie, and I'm kind of jumping all over the place, Ashley, it's kind of what I did. But when I met Allie, I was in no place in my life to add something else to my plate. I did not want anything to do with a direct sales company. Nothing. I had no clue what it was. I thought it was a pyramid scheme. I thought that, I just thought she was crazy. But here's the deal. And this is like the counselor coming out of me, and I should have known this in the beginning, but every couple months, it can be 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, it could be even a year, something happens in someone's life. And it could be like a loss of a best friend, like a loss of a relationship. It could be a divorce. It could be a breakup. You could lose your job. You could just all of a sudden wake up and not be happy with where you are in life. It could be you're comparing yourself. It could be, a death of a family member. Whatever it is. there's something that happens where it makes that person re-examine their current situation. And that's what it was for me. So Allie religiously followed up with me. Anytime she would ask me questions about my volleyball team, I would answer her, like, no doubt, answer her right away, because she was taking interest in my family. She was taking interest in, like, what I loved the most was, volleyball, Caroline, and my husband. And then anytime she would talk to me about the business, I would go silent, like crickets. And so I'll never forget, she was at conference in January, and it was like the beginning of January, you guys. And so they just came out with the good bonuses, I think, for the first time. And she messaged me, and she was like, I'm here at conference, and it's so amazing. I still think you would be so amazing at this. Please give this a shot. Like, now's the time. I didn't answer her. 2 days later, I was talking to my husband, and I was doing that typical girl thing. Well, most girls do anyways. And I was just like, I'm ready for another baby. Like, I want another baby. And he looked at me, you guys, and I will never forget the look on his face. And he looked at me like, I think he looked at me in that moment, and I don't know if he wanted to, like, hit me, or if he wanted to, like, shake me, or if he was just like, is my wife a moron? Like, it was just this look of, like, I don't even know what she's thinking. And he was like, Amy, we cannot afford another child. And I'm sitting there like, why? And he's like, because we have a 25% chance that all of our kids will have PKU. So another kid with PKU, wow, that would be amazing. I would open up any kid with PKU and love them in my house. It would be more expensive. It also would be daycare on top of that, and just all this other stuff. And he was like, we literally are, I don't even know how we'll ever get out of debt. Like, I don't know at this point how we'll ever get ahead. Like, we knew we would one day. His dream was to become an assistant principal or athletic director, which he is now. But we knew we would get ahead one day, but we just didn't know when. And he was like, we cannot afford another baby right now. Well, I was, about to be 29 years old. He was 34 years old. And I was just like, because he's 5 years older than me. And I was just like, okay, this is not what I envisioned, whatever. So I cried myself to sleep that night. And that night, Allie promoted to double diamond. And I remember, so maybe this was because it was like towards the end of, it was like January 29th when she promoted to double diamond. And I remember seeing her promotion, and I was just like, I'd already watched her leave her job. I'd already watched all this stuff. And I was just like, and I watched her claim these promotions, you guys. Don't be afraid to claim what you have or what you're going for right now during this crazy busy momentum season. That's what creates momentum, is putting stuff out there and claiming it and speaking it into the universe and speaking it out to God and to yourself every single day. Anytime I have a goal, it's literally on Post-it notes all over my office. I have a huge chalkboard, and I have it written down, and I have stuff like that where I see it all the time. I change it on my back, home screen of my phone, whatever it is, but put it out there. And I don't care if you don't get it. I claimed ambassador publicly 3 times. With dates before I ever went ambassador. But guess what? I still went ambassador. It didn't change the fact that that was a goal of mine. So put it out there for people to see. Anyway, so I had watched her aiming for double diamond. I just watched it and watched it. Yes, all of you guys go in Emerald. Put it out there. People need to know you're claiming a $5,000 bonus. Funny story about that. When I joined, I wanted that $10,000 bonus, right? So I put it out there that when my second distributor, whose name is Lindsay Bishop, she's an ambassador diamond, when she enrolled with me, she thought I had already claimed the $10,000 bonus. I had to go diamond before I got that $10,000 bonus. But I had talked so much about $10,000 that she thought that I already had earned that. So anyways, back to my story. I messaged Allie, and the rest is kind of history, you guys. I joined, I enrolled, and I listened to her, and I did everything that she told me to do. I posted, I was consistent, I was calling people. I'm a huge get on the phone and let's talk. I know that social media is awesome, and I know that there's so much power behind it. But I honestly, that's what I believe in, is just getting on the phone. Even if you're scared, texting someone is 20 times better to me than getting, sitting behind Facebook or sitting behind Instagram. Even though I do use social media to get new people, I automatically try to get their, within the first 5 message exchange, I try to get their phone number, you guys. I just ask them, asked them, I said, I hate doing this over text message, or not text message. I hate doing this over Facebook. I hate, texting over Instagram. Can I please have your phone number and send you voice text messages? Or can I even call you? I won't take long. I won't take a lot of your time. And it's crazy the amount of people that once you gain their trust in that relationship with them, they will give you their phone number. And then I just store their number in my phone and I always have it. So I joined in February of 2014. I promoted to ambassador in 13 months. So March of 2015 or 16, I promoted to ambassador. I was able to walk away from, being a school counselor. I actually, you guys, I'm like one of the only ambassadors, but I worked full time all the way up until ambassador. So I went ambassador in March, and I did not walk away from my job until July because I was not going to quit during the school year. My students, to this day, I miss being a school counselor. That was a true passion of mine. And I remember telling Mark Pentecost that I was going to go ambassador and I was not going to quit my job. And the reason, honestly, y'all, I went ambassador and I didn't think that I was going to quit. The reason that I quit is because the day that my first commissions posted as an ambassador diamond, literally, y'all, 20 minutes prior to that, my principal walked in and gave me the contract for next year. And your contract is as an educator, you see your stipend. So I saw what I was making as a coach. I saw my salary with a master's degree for the whole entire year, what I was going to get paid the whole entire year. And then I laid the contract on my desk because in my mind, I was just going to sign it and turn it in because there's no way, I loved It Works, but I loved being a school counselor. Well, then I get a text message. It's commissions posted. And my first distributor and I, she was my very, very best friend. Her name's Kayla Bass. She was also an ambassador diamond. We went ambassador diamond together, and she's my first enrolled. And we went on the same month. And so she called me. She's no longer works it the way that I do. She still is a part of the company, but life happened to her. So I'm hoping she gets back. That's the beauty of this business. But anyways, so she called me and she's like, we got to check our commissions. And you guys, my first paycheck as an ambassador diamond was $20. It was $20 and 46 cents more than what I was going to make in the whole entire next school year. And I still have this to this day. So I keep it in my desk drawer to always remind me. But I was on step 3, so I was entering my 4th year, and my total for that school year that I was going to make was $35,905. And my first ambassador paycheck was $35,900. So it was something. It was not right at. It was not 36. I've had a lot higher ambassador paychecks, but I will never forget this. And I keep this because I had signed it, you guys. I had signed it and I was just going to turn it in, and I always keep it in my desk drawer because it just reminds me of where I started and what got me there. And so that's kind of my story. I walked away and the biggest part of my story and the reason I love this company and why I'll never leave it is because so during that time when I was going ambassador and all that, you guys, we were paying off debt, and my husband was like, okay, we can try to have another baby. Well, then life happened to us again. And I, for the last 2 years, have been going through, really 3 years, I've been going through infertility. And so not only, did I join for Caroline and for the reason, for her and to pay off her debt and to, really help our family in that way. But if it wasn't for It Works, we never would have been able to afford fertility treatments. Fertility is so expensive, and you guys probably know people who are, 1 in 8 people suffer through infertility, and I'm very vocal about that, but because there's so many people out there and it's such a taboo subject. But through this company, you guys, we've been able to try things, and we've been able to really try anything and everything. And, even though it hasn't worked yet, this company is going to allow us to expand our family one day, which is so cool in itself. But so I like to say that this company, I found this company, but throughout my story, as you guys can see, this company found me because God knew that I needed this company. The friendships that I've made are irreplaceable. That's probably one of the things that have kept me going. So if you guys haven't found friendships in this company yet, go on your team page. If someone writes something and it resonates with you, go private message them. Sideline friends are amazing. Go find those leaders that you connect with. Some of my very best friends in this business are my sideline best friends that have gotten me through so much. And it's so funny how life works out. But the friendships I have in my life right now are more positive and care about me more than a lot of the friendships I've ever had in my whole entire life. And I'm a part of a really close-knit group of college best friends, and there's 9 of us, and I love those girls more than anything. But it's so crazy how my It Works friends, they just get me on a totally different level than those girls do. And so I just want you guys to know, if you're brand new and you have people who are doubting you, or if you have family members that think you're crazy, I heard all that. I lost a friend over this business, a friend that was my friend from 7th grade, who still to this day talks bad about this company and bad about me for giving up my job. And the reason I tell you guys this is not to make you fearful or anything, but I don't think there's anything wrong with me. I think there's something wrong with someone if they want to tell you that you're silly for making your family or for going after your dreams or doing better for your family. To me, that is silly. Not us who are trying to expand our minds and to, be entrepreneurs and to live a different way because we've had enough with how reality is. Being in debt sucks. Living the average normal life sucks, you guys. We are not meant to be average and normal. God has put us on this earth to live abundantly. And so for me, I'm just telling you that you joined for a reason, and I want you guys to always remember your reason. Always remember the reason you joined. Don't let anyone talk you out of the dreams that you have. And whether it takes you a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is, you're still going to be working regardless, right? If I was still a school counselor, I would be starting year 6, I would still have 19 years before I could retire. 19. So I still would have been working. So why not do this on the side? And the last piece of advice before you start asking me questions, Ashley, is that if you're going for a promotion right now, sit with your family. Sit your family down, sit with your kids, and tell them what your goals are. Because I guarantee you, when I was pushing, so I went to conference as a presidential in January. They announced double goods. I came home and I needed 98 distributors for my ambassador chart and a lot of volume, okay? And I told my husband, I said, I am going to push until the end of March to get those bonuses. And I'm going ambassador. And that means that you're not going to see me. You guys, in January and February alone, I held over 40 parties. And these are parties, not online parties. These are going to people's houses. On a Saturday and Sunday, I would have 3 parties back to back. And they knew. My daughter, I don't remember a lot of her 2 to 3 year old year of life. I don't. I'm being honest. And a lot of people look at me like, whoa, you're a great mom. No, I am a great mom because you know what? For the long term, I invested that amount of time. And now I got to spend 2 whole years with her before Caroline started kindergarten this year. 2 years where we ruled the show. We did what we wanted to do. We were with each other day in and day out. So I was willing to give up that year because I had a goal. And that goal was to better our lives. And so that's what I had to do. So my why is Caroline, and I never let Caroline become my excuse. And I still don't. When I got back from conference this year, I sat her down and we have goals as a family. She knows what I'm going for. She knows my goals is to help my teammates get to Emerald, and she knows why. She knows the promotion. She knows that Mark is going to match my checks or their checks and I'm going to get that money. She knows that, and she knows what that money is going towards because we have a family goal. And so that you've got to be vocal with your family, and you got to be vocal with your partner, especially because it can feel like you're leaving them out, or they're lonely, or my husband, as I was walking down here to my office, he's like, oh, you don't have time for me tonight, but he's just being silly. But that's how they feel. So you got to make sure that they know what you're working towards. Anyways, I feel like I just went blah.
I love it. That was so awesome. Got goosebumps and a tear when you put the contracts because that was so inspiring. I feel like we hear stories like that all the time, but that was just a really good reminder. And obviously, like I was sponsored by Cami, and she's a Black Diamond. You can't even fathom what $100,000 a month looks like until you can wrap your brain around something like that. So I love that you have that and you carry it with you because it's that tangible piece of not thinking what you gave up, but what you were investing in, you know? So, oh my gosh, I love that. Okay. So one of the first things that I want you to talk about is your power hours. And I love how you said you went ambassador in 13 months because that blows my mind. Like that is insane and it's amazing. And I think I remember Aspen telling me that you had a conversation with her about how, you know, you've been at ambassador now, right? There's no other level to hit except for, you know, 2.0 and all these things. Mm-hmm. And how you had either felt like you were either, I don't remember, I don't want to put words in your mouth or hers, but you had gotten to that point where you're like, you know what, like I can do more. And so can you talk about like why you started doing those and what you're doing now?
Yeah. So, you know, I'm very, very transparent, you guys. Like I'm probably too much with my team. So I am in return very going to be transparent with you guys. I'm a real person. There's really nothing special about me. I know some of you guys are thinking, oh my gosh, she's very blue. She's very out there. I'm not, I'm yellow, but guess what? You guys, anyone can do this. So I hit ambassador in 13 months. And after that, my husband, got offered, you know, his dream job to be a assistant principal athletic director. And we moved 3 hours away to Springfield, Missouri, which is a great thing. I love Springfield. I'm so glad we moved. His family lives here. We're closer to family. I'm originally from Alabama. So it was that time where we needed to move to Springfield or we needed to move to Alabama. And we moved in with my in-laws. To make a long story short, after about 2 years of being in the business, I've already hit ambassador. I was reaching my goals. You guys, one of my dream boards, I was able to mark off every single thing. Like put, 30% down on a house, take a family trip to Disney World, pay off $78,000 worth of debt. Like it was crazy insane that we were being able to mark things off so crazy, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I got complacent and really got complacent. And I have always enrolled people. I've never mass enrolled anyone. I'm a steps to success, probably times 2, times 3 type of girl. I mean, this month is February 19th and I haven't completed. I'm one distributor shy of completing my steps. But I've already signed up, I think like 7 customers. So I'm not this crazy mass enroller. I've only enrolled crazy amount 2 times. That was the month I went ambassador. And then the other time, just some random February. It was insane. But anyways, so I got complacent, you guys. And here's the deal. And I want to tell you guys this because do I have a lot of new people on? Like raise your hand if you're new. Some new people, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter if you're new or not. I pushed so hard during that first year to year and a half. I gave up things that I really, really, really loved, okay? So I love to read a book. I love to read a book. I love to watch TV with my husband. That was our thing at night when Caroline would sleep. We would watch TV and go to bed together. Like we were that old married couple that went to bed together. Like that's what he likes to do. And I like that stuff, and I gave that up for a long, long, long time. And after you give it up for so long, it's hard to get that back. Like it's hard for me to this day to read a book. And while I think that this business is, especially right now, we're in our busy season, the reason that I'm telling you guys this is because you just have to be intentional with your time. You don't have to give up the things that you love. And I don't want you to, because if you do, you're going to get burned out like me. And this is real talk. And any ambassador that's been in for, or any leader that's been in for, 4 to 5 plus years will tell you this. You have to balance. I know that there's no such thing as 100% balance, but balance is something you should be striving for every day. And it does exist. You just have to find your balance. And my balance may look totally different than Ashley's. It probably does. But for me, I was not working intentionally. And I got caught up in the moment of working, thinking that I was busy. Well, no, I'm sorry. I thought I was working, but really I was just making myself busy. And busy means like scrolling, getting sucked in. Busy means, just filling your hours with useless stuff that you could be doing. So I changed about 3 months ago, and it took me like a year to get this straight, guys. But like 3 months ago, I started waking up at 6 a.m. And I don't have to wake up at 6 a.m. My daughter's school doesn't start until 9 a.m. And I lead a power hour, and I told Ashley that I would gladly give her the ID, and y'all could hop on, and I share it with a lot of teams. And I work from about 6 to 7:30 in the morning. And then I drop Caroline off at school. I usually go work out, and then I come back and I do like another hour. And then throughout the day, I'm following up with the people that that I worked with in the morning. For me, staying up, and I'm in bed now by like 10 or 11. 11 is my bedtime, like my curfew. Like I make myself go to sleep at 11. I have converted a lot of late night owls now to my 6 a.m. And they will tell you, Ashley Renal is an Ambassador Diamond. She'll tell you that it's changed her business. Jill Ashley is a Presidential Diamond. I could go Ashley Bloom is a rock star diamond. I could go on and on and on about the amount of people who've said that like it's totally changed them. Lauren Murphy's a Presidential Diamond. She said the same thing. Because it just puts a different perspective. I have girls now who have to leave their house at like 7 a.m. to go to work. Well, they get ready at 5 a.m. and hop on my power hour from 6 to 7. So why I'm telling you guys this is because you don't have to work this business all day. What you do have to do is you have to find an intentional work time. And for me, it's power hours. I'm very ADD. I'm very all over the place. I have to set my timer on my phone. Every morning we start our power hour, and I give them 2 minutes to do a 6 list. 6 lists are huge. You probably have heard Cammie talk about it. You probably have heard, Ashley's probably talked about it. It's the 6 things that you want to get done with your business every single day. A couple of mine that always are the same. I'm always adding to my network. So you're always adding people on your social media platforms. You're always interacting. I spend the majority of my time interacting. But when I say interacting, that's not anything to do with It Works. That's just like liking people's profile pictures or pictures they put up, commenting, message them saying, hey, where did you get that shirt? Blah, blah, blah. So it's nothing to do with It Works. It's building that relationship piece. My team, well, I can't say my whole entire team. I have like 8,000 people underneath me, but I do know that I don't teach mass messaging, like cold messaging. I do believe that when you build that relationship and you talk a couple of times, then send out a message. But when you add someone as your friend on Facebook and then they accept and then you send a message right away, that's cold messaging to me, and that's a huge turnoff. Look at people's profiles. I can't tell you how many messages I get daily asking me to be a product tester for It Works, but if they would have just looked at my profile just a little bit on either platform. Instagram, you kind of have to like read a little bit because I don't make it that known, but if you look at my story, I have products all the time on my story. So you would know that I was an It Works distributor. So really just being intentional with the people you're adding, your time spent on the business. The power hours have changed our business right now. They've changed my focus. They changed my passion for It Works again. And I'm just being totally transparent too. I've never lost rank with It Works up until 2 months ago. I think it was New Year's Eve. Way to ring in 2018. I lost Ambassador Diamond for the first time. And you guys, I say that because it was the best thing that's ever happened to my business. I'm now able to coach my teammates and coach people along through these seasons. And I'm very grateful that I lost rank, to be honest, because it really shifted things for me. And to me, you guys, rank is really awesome, but there's a lot of money to be made in this compensation plan at Emerald. So if you're going to shoot for any rank, you need to be shooting for Emerald and Diamond. And then the rest is going to come when you teach your teammates to do the same thing. Shooting for Double Diamond and Triple Diamond Ambassador, those are great goals, but there's a lot of money to be made in our compensation plan, just focusing on these lower ranks as well. So, those are our power hours. We do them as a team. We do them every morning at 6 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have afternoon power hour, and we have a evening power hour that we provide for our teams. We have a schedule within our team, and I think that it's really cool. I'll pull it up. So there's a couple leaders that we share, or we run our page together. We joined forces with Ashley Renow. She's Ashley Renow is an ambassador diamond. Her and I joined on the exact same day, the exact same year. She actually delivered Caroline 6 years ago. She was my nurse, and I fell in love with her. She pricked Caroline's heel prick test, and that's so funny. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, God was like all over It Works, and like I didn't even know it. But Ashley was, and then I just friended her on Facebook, and I was just like, hey, Caroline's results came back positive. So we were friends for 2 years, and then I saw her make a post that she was joining It Works, and I had already told Allie that I was going to join her, but I secretly wanted to join Ashley and be Ashley's first distributor because I was closer to Ashley because Ashley delivered my baby, right? But y'all, the reason that I didn't is because Allie was so consistent with me. And that's where consistency pays off, because you know what? People are going to sign. People are going to join It Works regardless. Either as a customer, at some point in everyone's life on this earth, they're going to try an It Works product, or they're going to become a distributor. And that's what I believe. And if you don't follow up with people, they're just going to join someone else. So if Allie wouldn't have followed up with me, I totally would have joined Ashley. But anyways, Ashley and I have worked our businesses like side by side. This whole entire 4 years, we do One Team, One Missions together. We do shows together. And so now we're running our team page together with a couple of our leaders. And our schedule is, so on Sunday night, we always have a new distributor training call, always on Sunday night. Sometimes we do a call, sometimes we do a Zoom. Most of the time it's a Zoom. So Monday morning through Friday morning, 6 a.m. And then there's an afternoon power hour for like the people who get to stay at home. So we do that anywhere in the hours of noon to like 2. The person who's doing it gets to pick. And we have people who are like double diamonds, triple diamonds, presidentials, and even some diamonds that are like killing it. They help us run this page, Ashley. On Tuesdays, we have a potential event. So like we have we do like a potential Zoom, we do a Zoom, an opportunity event, whatever that looks like, phone or on the phone, Zoom, whatever, Facebook Live. Wednesday, the same thing, a morning, afternoon, and evening power hour. And then Thursday, we have another training call, which I'm going to ask you to hop on one Thursday, Ashley. That's where we interview people, or we train about a certain topic. Friday is an afternoon, evening, morning power hour, and then that's it. So we're doing something 6 days out of the week, and I have found since we started this in December, and I found that just the different times and people knowing when it is really, really helping everyone like be a part of something. So that's something that we do, and I can give you all the information and allow you to hop on it, and I'll open up my morning power hours whenever you guys want. I mean, Ashley, I'll just add you to our team page, and you can kind of see how things are, and you're more than welcome to share our events in your team page.
You are such a doll. I love you.
Yes, no, I think, we don't need to work harder, you guys. We just need to work smarter, and I feel like, if anyone's doing anything that's working out there, we need to share it with people, so.
Yeah, I love that. I think that is so awesome, because I think it's so easy to, like you said, get complacent. You get comfortable. You start doing things that are working, and you forget maybe the intention that you had in the very beginning. I had a party. I got in, and 3 days in, I had a party every single day for the first 67 days. And I haven't worked my business like that since then. And there's a reason why, I went double diamond in 5 months. It's because that's what I was doing. And So I love that. Okay. So the other thing I really wanted you to talk about is expos, because you are like the expo queen, and vendor events, fair events. So like, where are you finding these? What does that all look like for you guys?
Yeah. So I love vendor events, you guys. Like, love them, love them, love them. So I Google a lot. I have it on my to-do list to Google some for this summer. And right now is a really good time because they're going to be doing bride shows and like women's expos, and just Google women's shows, Google baby paloozas, Google health and wellness shows. Health and wellness shows are really, really awesome, especially for our industry. But they can be expensive. And here's the thing, you know, get with your team and split the booth. You know, if something's $400, try, you know, because some of them are like $400, you know, try to get like 6 or 7 people and split the cost and just like, you know, break up the time. Because a lot of these are all day long, or sometimes they're 2 days. But this is the deal with vendor events. It's all about, you know, for me, it's about the quantity of conversation, or the quality of a conversation over the quantity of people. And so I'm always adding here, this thing right here should never ever, when you're in a social situation, so like when you're at your kid's ball game, or when you're at a vendor event, or when you're wherever you are, you guys, if you're at Target and the cashier is so amazing, take your phone out of your back pocket and put it in her hands. I don't care if someone's waiting on you. Like, it literally takes 2 seconds to pop up Facebook and say, will you put your name in here? I want to connect on Facebook. I'll tell you why later. I'll send you a message. And, you know, because that is what Allie did. Because Allie did her job. So our job is, and this is the thing, our job is to make our lives fun, okay? People want to be in on positive. People want to be in on fun. So like, for instance, I think I can share my screen. So I'll just share my screen because I do this with my team. So if you're doing your job and you are, if you're doing your job and you are adding people on your Facebook, okay? Then, and you're doing your job, people, and you're talking to people, okay? So like, you're interacting with people. And this is why interacting is so important. And you've got to keep up with who you're interacting with. And I can explain my calendar method in a little bit, but that's another like huge thing that works, but it's just a lot of time. Like the calendar method it's proven successful, but it just takes a lot of time. But if you're showing up in people's news feeds, like they're going to eventually be like, okay, who's Amy Spence? I know Amy Spence. Like, I don't know if I know Amy Spence. We're friends on Facebook. She keeps liking my stuff. Let me go check out who Amy Spence is. Okay. So they're going to look at my bio. Nowhere does it say it works. I mean, I'm just saying, like, a lot of people get turned off right away if they see it works. That's for you to decide. But they're going to know I'm a part of it works. Trust me. But then they're going to like start scrolling and they're just going to be like, okay, who is it about? And lately I've been sick, you guys, so don't judge my profile. But like, they're going to see, like, they're going to hopefully see that I'm a fun person and that they're going to wonder what I'm doing. They're going to wonder who I am. They're going to wonder, like, what does this girl do? She just hangs around on Facebook all day? I mean, and I go live a lot. I try to go live once a week, but then I go back and delete them. But like, it's kind of like, you don't see, I'm not an It Works billboard, okay? You see my daughter, and whatever your profile shows, whatever your profile, your bio says, that's what they need to see. So like, they see that my daughter, they see my husband, they see my friends, they see, I mean, they're going to see it works. They're going to see my story. I mean, they're going to see that I'm obsessed with the beach right now because that's all I want to do. So that's what I'm saying. If you're doing your job on social media, these people are going to be intrigued by you. They're going to want to know who you are. And eventually when they see your name enough times, they're going to go to your profile and they're going to start interacting with your pictures. And it's how the algorithm works. And like, I want you guys to do something for me. If you're stressing about like your likes, or if you're stressing about your comments, I need you to stop, because we don't sign people based off of likes. We don't sign people based off of comments. We are a relationship business. We sign people off of how we make others feel. So it's our job to go to people's pages. That's why you need a calendar. I totally believe in the Facebook list. Like, I make Facebook lists. I'll share again and I'll show you guys. Like, I make Facebook lists, okay? I have 2 for 2018 right now. I have so friends list. So January and February, those are my potentials right in here, right? I go to them, but I depend solely on my calendar. And here's another, for those of you who are brand new, I want to point her out. This girl right here is a double diamond on my team. She is amazing at posting. She will literally, I mean, I promise you guys, I wish I could post like her, but she signs up so many people because of her posts. I mean, she just has like, she's just having fun. Like, she has fun. She throws in the business. It's all about staying at home with her little girls, but she just, like, I mean, it's just, this is why people go to her profile and they're like, okay, I want to know more about what Summer does. Like, Summer looks like she has a really fun life. And that's what people want to be a part of. They want to be a part of something positive and fun. So sometimes you have to, like, go look at your profile or go look at Instagram and what vibe are you putting out? Like, I know the last couple of days when I've been sick, my vibe has sucked. So I had to kind of step it up a notch today. But like, your vibe that you put out is going to attract who you bring into this business. And real quick, I will share with you guys my calendar thing. So, of course, I don't even have my calendar down here with me. Okay, so I have a calendar, and okay, I'll just pretend this is it. So I have a calendar. Okay, so like, let's just pretend this is a calendar, but I have never filled this calendar out. Okay, and so let's say on the 1st. Okay, so say this is the 1st of March right now, okay? I add 8 people on Facebook. I never add more than probably 10, 15 friends on Facebook a day. I just don't. I'm human, you guys. Like, if you're adding all these people and you can't keep track of them and you can't build relationships, then what's the point of adding them, right? So I add probably, if I'm going to be real, I probably add 5 to 8, maybe 10 on a good day. Not all of those people are going to accept me. Once they accept me, I write their name down on this calendar spot, okay? So say Ashley accepts me and Kristen and Danielle accept me. So Ashley, Kristen, and Danielle would go in this box. March 2nd comes around and I'm doing the same thing. Once my friends accept me on March 2nd, their names go on March 2nd. Also on March 2nd, I'm going to March 1st, and I'm going and clicking on, I'm literally typing in Ashley's name on Facebook. I'm typing in Kristen's name on Facebook. I'm going directly to their page, and I'm interacting with them. I'm liking their posts. I'm liking commenting on their stuff. I'm going to their page. So now I'm on March 3rd. On March 3rd, I add my people on Facebook when they accept my request. This is just for Facebook. I also do it for Instagram, but I kind of do it different because Instagram's a lot, there's a lot more people. But Facebook, so I'm writing their names down. I'm going back to March 2nd. I'm going to those people's profiles who accepted my friend request. I'm also going back to March 1st. So by March 5th, the people that added me as their friends on Facebook have seen my name in their notifications 5 times now, okay? 5 times. March 10th, all of these people have seen my name either 10 times, 9 times, 8 times, 7 times. They're starting to know who Amy Spence is. After 2 weeks and 3 weeks, these people are interacting with me. So on the 30th of March, I'm going back to all these people's profiles. My calendar's in front of me. I'm just typing in their names. I'm liking, commenting. I'm going to all these people. So by the end of 1 month, you're going to have probably at least 100 people, 100 new friends who now know your names, right? They know your name. They're going to your profile now. They're wondering, you're now at the point where you can go up to your first week of March and you can message them about the business. You can message them about the opportunity because you've literally been looking at them for a whole month. You're not just spamming them. You built that relationship. They saw your name. So when they see your name in the inbox, they're not going to say, oh, wow, who is this crazy person? And you guys, I got away from this, but when I was doing this in 2017, I was kicking tail with enrollments. Literally kicking tail. This is all I was doing. And then for whatever reason, like the last 5 months, I've gotten away from it, but I've gotten back on it today. And the cool thing about it is if you start now, even though it's February 19th, by April, you're going to be blowing it up because you're going to have all of the rest of February, all of March, and then you're going to start in April. The calendar method, seriously, y'all, it works. It's amazing because it makes you thoughtful. It makes you intentional. I don't care about I do like the list, when I'm sitting in the waiting room and my daughter's, back with the dentist and I can scroll. But even though you have a list, you don't see everyone on the list. Like not everyone's profile shows up. So if you're not keeping track with pencil and paper of who's adding you back on Facebook and who's following you back on Instagram, you're doing your business a disservice. You're not being intentional with these people, and they're just going to think that you're a spammer. So I can also, Ashley, I'll go live. If you add me to your team page at some point, I can go live and do that. I do that calendar method with like my big calendar. It's upstairs. But the calendar method, like seriously, you guys, rocks. Like it totally rocks, and it's awesome. And a lot of people use it. I know a lot of ambassadors use it, but it's just because what it does, you guys, is it allows your name to keep popping up in people's profiles and their notifications. And then they wonder what you're doing. And if you're doing your job correctly on social media, you don't have to really do anything else. I mean, you know, people, I mean, at the end of the day, if they're watching me for 3 weeks, they know that I work from home. They know that I have a fun job. They know that I get to do whatever I want to do. They probably are going to want a little bit more info. Mm-hmm. And that's just how it works.
That just blew my mind. And I feel like I've had so many conversations with people on my team, like in the last week or two, that are like, how do I follow up? How am I following up? Like, what can I do? I need some sort of system. Like, that was amazing.
You guys have no idea. Like, okay. And this is something that Aspen and I talked about in the beginning of January. It's like, you know, we had a heart to heart, and I was like literally crying to her, and I was like, why did I get away from like what was working? And I think just like between like, you know, you get to a certain goal and you're just like like life happens, and you get away from the things that work. And it's just like how we are when it's just like, Ashley, you said parties worked for you, and you probably were going crazy about parties. And then you probably got to a point where you're just like, okay, I want to try something different. And, you know, because someone else was doing something different and you wanted to try it, but really at the heart of it, that's not who you are. You're a belly to belly person. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I don't know why I ever stopped doing the calendar method. Like, I don't know why, but I'm back doing it. And you know, what's crazy, you guys, is I know that next month, what I've done in January is going to bloom in March. It's all, you have to give yourself a month. So like tonight, if you decide, okay, I'm going to go buy a calendar, I'm doing this. I can go live tomorrow on your team page and show you guys, because my daughter's going to be at school. They were off today. And if you tell, and I'll go live and I'll show you guys exactly what to do. But if you commit to doing it, you guys, you have to commit to doing it until April. Like, you have to go through April. You will not see any of it until probably end of March, beginning of April. You'll start seeing everything, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. You got to plant those seeds.
Yes. So
when you're at expos, you like spend a lot of your time, when you said quality conversations, just getting them on Facebook. Because I feel like I love doing expos because I like building relationships with people, but I have not like ever seen a ton of fruit from it, you know? But I also think it's different when you're standing behind a table. Like, what are some tips about like getting people to come over to you where you can hand your phone to them? Like, how are you working?
You have to be in front of the table and you have to be pulling people in, you guys. So for me, I've been doing expos for like 4 years. Honestly, I didn't in the beginning of my works career. I've now learned that like less is better on my table. I know some people may disagree with me, but that's how I roll. I like the It Works tablecloth. I'm now not doing anything but keto coffee and like green samples on my expos. I'll put a couple of my products that I love, like defining gel. I like can't live without my defining gel. I can't live without my cleanser. I might do that. But the last show I did, I had my Keurig, I had keto coffee, I had the green samples, and that was, I think, it. And we were literally, I had like Yeti cups, and I would make, 6 to 8 ounces of keto coffee, keep it warm. I was passing out in shot glasses. I was selling, keto samples for $4. I put them in like little cute bags. If you have greens on the go, you can add a greens on the go and sell that for $5. Like a keto sample and a greens on the go. That was quick cash, which was awesome. So for me, that's what I was doing. I was like really hyping up the coffee. I don't even think I talked about the wraps. I have old catalogs that I've given out. But for me, it's just like, I mean, this is just a handful. So like, these are the people I really had conversations with and that I added on Facebook for my last show, okay? So they stay on my desk, and I am like literally texting and calling them all the time. A couple of them have signed up. I'm trying to get a couple of them signed as distributors. But after that last expo, I got an email list of like 200 names. 300 names. Actually, I think it was like close to 400. And I have yet to do anything with those names because I think I'm going to do something different. Instead of like mass texting them all, like trying to get a party or whatever, I think I'm honestly just going to either send them individual voice messages, which will take forever, or I'm going to start calling them. And that's my goal this week, is to start working on them. And I'm just going to call them, and I'm going to talk to them about our new keto line. I'm going to talk to them about our new products. And I'm going to talk to them about this bonus that we have going on. And, you know, I think that's what I'm going to start doing tomorrow. And I think I'm going to just try maybe sending out messages and just telling them like I'm an It Works vendor at the last show, blah, 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 blah. But Ashley, to answer your question, when you're doing these events, you have to be out there. Like, you have to put yourself out there. You have to grab a hold of people. I mean, not really, but you have to say, oh my gosh, you've got to come try this new coffee. It's amazing. It just came out. You know, here's a sample. And they're going to be like, what? You know what I mean? Like, they're going to probably look at you like you have 5 heads. But I do believe that for me, taking the emphasis on, you know, just putting it on the coffee has helped me in some of the shows, because a lot of people are skeptical about our wraps. You know, they are. And so I don't do a lot of before and after pictures anymore. And that's just that works for me.
I love that. I was super skeptical of the wraps for 10 years. That's why I didn't sign up until I did, because of that. So I think that's great. Okay, so do you have any other like follow-up tips? Like, after you leave that expo, like, what are you doing?
Okay, so
you have those papers, right?
Yes. So after you leave any party or anywhere where you have names, or anytime you add someone, you can't go longer than 24 hours without, following up. Now, here's the other thing, you guys. It's just, the fortune is just in the follow-up. And I hate to say that, because I know everyone says that, but no lead gets crossed off on my list until, like I said, they block me, or they say, Amy, I never want anything to do with your business. I mean, I have people to this day who I'm still messaging, and I've sent 25 messages over 2 years, and they haven't said anything. But y'all, they're still my friends on Facebook. Now, don't you think that if they were tired of me messaging them, they would literally just go unfriend me or block me? They would, but they're hanging on because there's a glimpse of hope in them that they think that they can do this. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So I just feel like you've got to come up with a list of how you're keeping track of your leads, you guys. The biggest mistake I did is that for 3 years into this business, up until 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 9 months ago, I was unorganized with my leads. So my nephew this past summer was looking for some money. He's a college student. So I gave him all these leads, like literally stacks of leads from shows. That's how I was keeping track of them. I would just hold on to these papers, and he put them all in a spreadsheet for me. And now I've continued that with just like old loyal customers, people that I meet at Target, people, anytime I add someone on Facebook, they're going in the notes section of my phone, like, because I don't want to forget how I know them. And when I put a number in my phone now, so like if you're a potential, so like when you go to contacts, if you go to my P's, look at all these PDTs I have on my phone, like tons that I haven't signed up. And then I have tons of PLCs. So I do like PLC, Ashley, PLC, Kristen, and then I put in the notes section when I store their number how I met them. Because when Mark announces crazy things like this, I just then go send them a mass text message. Or, I go, and that's part of one of my power hours. I may, go message all your PDTs in your phone. I don't know. But you've got to keep track. You've got to become organized, you guys. And I am not an organized person. You can ask my husband. It drives him crazy. My old principal would tell you that I mean, he was such a very organized type A person, and he just did not understand how I got things done at my job, because he would walk in and everything would be on my desk, but I would know exactly where it was. I live in organized chaos, and there's nothing, I own that. There's nothing wrong with me. That doesn't mean I'm a hot mess. It just means that's my organization method. So you don't have to be like, type, A, like very OCD about things to be organized. Start a spreadsheet right now. If it overwhelms you, to go back and think about, who you've left in the dust, like old customers. If you're like me and don't delete your emails, I have like 66,000 emails. All I have to do is type in, loyal customer, and I have all of my loyal customer emails, and I can just then, get their information. But if you're not like me and you've deleted them, don't worry about the past. Let's just move forward now, but start a spreadsheet. Start an organization method, because if you plan to be in this business for 2 to 3 years, you're going to want to start something today.
I love that. Love it, love it, love it.
I just feel like I've been preaching on this, Ashley, and you haven't really been able to ask me questions.
No, seriously, it's been amazing. No, it's exactly what, you literally covered, like, everything that I was going to ask, you've covered. So, let me see if there's anything else that.
So what we'll do is, Ashley, add me to your team page tomorrow. Okay. At some point I will go live. I can't promise you a time, but I will, I promise. And then I will also give you, if you wait 1 minute, I will give you guys the ID for my 6 o'clock Zoom tomorrow morning.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And I should have this memorized, but I don't. Let's see my meetings. Okay, yep. The rest of the week, this is, I look like a hot mess every morning, guys, but that's it. And I know if you're thinking, oh my goodness, I'm not a morning person, like, give me the rest of this week. Just give me Tuesday, like, make a commitment. Give me Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you can. I know some of you guys work. I know some of you guys, kids start school earlier. But if you can, and you're not just choosing not to, if you can be on at 6, give me 4 days, and I promise you, you will never go back to sleeping in. You will never, no, it's 6 a.m. Central, so that is 7 a.m. y'all's time. Yeah. Okay. So it's 7 a.m. y'all's time, but I promise you, y'all will never, ever, ever go back to being anything but a morning person.
Oh my gosh. Can we just preach on what you just said, Ken, and not just choosing not to, like that?
It's true.
It's so true. How many of us are like, well, I can think of a really good excuse to not do XYZ right now.
Like my husband, the first 2 weeks, because he leaves, he gets up every morning. And that's the thing. That's honestly, he's the reason I did it. Not because he told me to or anything, but he goes to work every single day, every day for our family. And he doesn't complain. Even he loves his job, but there's some days he probably doesn't like it, just like we do with our jobs. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to give this 6 a.m. thing, because I read the 5-second rule. I've read the morning miracle or whatever it's called. And, every successful person out there, you guys, is they get up, like every successful entrepreneur, millionaire, business person, they're up before half the world is up every single morning. And that's a proven fact. And so I'm like, you know what? And it's true. I get more stuff done now around my house. I'm a better mom. I'm a better wife. I'm not rushed all the time. It's been a great change for me. So I think it's just 9 numbers. Now you've got me wondering. I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah, it's usually 3 numbers, 3 numbers. Oh, and then 4 at the end. Yeah, I feel like it might be missing one.
No, it just says 345-447-536, meeting ID.
Oh. Well.
I wonder if it's because I've had it for so long.
Maybe.
I've had this Zoom for 2.5 years.
I bet so.
All right, guys.
Let's get a picture real quick so you're not half talking in this.
Yes. Okay. Woohoo! I'm so excited. All right, Ashley, and I want you to come hop on ours one night, okay?
Yeah,
So
anytime.
All right.
Anytime.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and feel free to, if you guys have any questions or anything, add me to your, and I'll do that calendar thing for you guys.